This is the History Podcast. Now, here's your host, Jason Thomason.
Little town in America, and all over the freedom-loving world, hearts are bowed. All that is mortal of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, 4 times President of the United States, leaves Washington. Vice President Harry S. Truman takes the oath of office on April 12, 1945, and succeeds to the presidency.
On April 12, 1945, Americans mourned the sudden passing of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Amidst the grief, a man from Missouri steps into the shoes of leadership in one of the most tumultuous times in American history. Harry S. Truman assumed the presidency facing the daunting challenges of not only finishing the war in the Pacific, but also the challenges of post-war reconstruction. Harry S. Truman is going to have to be the man to make the decision on whether or not to drop the atomic weapon, a decision that he will ultimately make twice, on August 6th and on August 9th in 1945, bringing a close to World War II. In 1948, Harry Truman will run for his own term, and in this election, he's going to be a major underdog running against the Republican nominee, Thomas Dewey. Dewey is so confident that he's going to be victorious that he essentially runs a front porch campaign. Truman, on the other hand, runs a whistle-stop tour where he's going to hit up every major electoral state, campaigning to the American people that he needs to be the one that they elect in 48. On election night, the newspaper publishers are so confident that Dewey is going to win that some of them go ahead and print the headlines early: Dewey defeats Truman. Well, as the results roll in, it is announced that Truman, in fact, upsets Thomas Dewey. This is one of my favorite photographs in American history. And the reason is because if you've ever been an underdog in your life, if you've ever been doubted, you can truly feel the emotion behind that smile of Harry S. Truman in that photograph as he holds up that newspaper predicting his defeat. However, in 1950, something's going to occur to him that he never could have anticipated: an attempt on his life. On November 1st, 1950, 2 Puerto Rican nationalists by the name of Oscar Collazo and Griselio Torrecella embarked on a journey that would forever change the course of Secret Service history. Their goal? To draw national attention to the cause of the Puerto Rican Nationalist Party. The Puerto Rican Nationalist Party was founded in 1922, and it advocated for Puerto Rican independence from the United States. By 1950, under the leadership of charismatic President Pedro Campos, the party had escalated its methods, orchestrating armed uprising against U.S. military in Puerto Rico. The climax of their radical actions was the attempt to assassinate President Truman. This decision was fueled by reports of U.S. military reprisals against nationalists in Torrecella's hometown just a day before the attempt. Torrecella, an experienced gunman, armed himself with a P-38 and a German Luger. His task was to teach Collazo, a family man with very little firearm experience, how to wield a pistol. On the morning of November 1st, 1950, the duo found themselves near Capitol Hill, dressed in their new chalk-striped suits with pistols hidden in their waistbands. They went sightseeing, blissfully unaware of Truman's relocation from the White House to Blair House due to renovations. The clock ticked, and as Truman enjoyed his customary afternoon nap at Blair House, Collazo and Torrecella approached. A gunshot rang out, signaling the beginning of the longest gun battle in Secret Service history. Collazo's first shot failed to fire, but the second found its mark in White House police officer Donald Birdsell's knee. Secret Service members, alerted by the noise, swiftly emerged, firing bullets into Collazo. Torricella, meanwhile, ambushed Officer Leslie Coffett, fatally shooting the officer. Truman, who was obviously awake because of the gunfire, went to the window to see what was going on. But it was the swift response by the Secret Service that averted Truman's potential demise. They told him to get away from the window. I mean, imagine if he had not heeded their warning to get down. The entire exchange lasted really less than a minute, but left a lasting impact. In 1951, Congress passed legislation expanding the Secret Service's purview to protect not only the president, his family, the president-elect, but also the vice president. But Collazo is arrested, he's tried, and he is convicted, and he is sentenced to death. But Truman, a week before Collazo's scheduled execution, is going to commute his sentence to life in prison in 1952. Truman believed that he was never in real danger. And I think that is because of his full trust in the Secret Service. Truman also expressed his regret for the unnecessary casualties of this event. The aftermath of this attempt on his life paved the way for the modern Secret Service, shaping the security procedures that we know today. And I really hope that you're seeing how the Secret Service is evolving through all of these episodes. In 1979, President Jimmy Carter will commute Collazo's sentence to time served, and Collazo will go back to Puerto Rico, where he will eventually pass away in 1994.